Jolan true, Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Pod. I am Rear Admiral Tirak of the Dreadnought RS Galea X-Rea as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets. And last time we got jumped by, well, what was essentially a fairly large carrier, and that was no good because we lost 4 pseudo-frigates, and we managed to get out of there alive while attacking that convoy, but we only took out 2 of them, which they were rewarded us with 150 prestige. Not horrific, but also a lot less than what we would have gotten if we had wiped out the whole convoy. Well, when we limped back home, we found ourselves able to buy a brand new dreadnought, and I am itching to see what this thing can do. So, without further ado, let us set out into space and cause some terror havoc on the Federation. Hopefully we can get to the site of our siege without any incidents. We did. Unfortunately, it is going to send us on a shipyard assault, which is not really the kind of mission that I like to start a first test of a brand new vessel on. Oh well, we'll deal. Let's hit that red alert and increase speed. It looks like the Galea X-Rea, I think it was. It's a bit of a long name. It doesn't quite match what I'm used to, so you're going to have to bear with me on this one. The Galea X-Rea is a one of those wide-winged versions. A very cool design. Unfortunately, we're fighting a dreadnought. We're escorted today by the light dreadnought, the Defiler, and the light dreadnought, the Death's Hand, squaring off against a light cruiser, a battleship, yeah, a full-on battleship, and a light dreadnought X. Apparently we're in the X era, and we managed to get the last ship that was not in the X era. So there is that. It looks like we're able to make a speed of 19-ish, I want to say. And this is a CVPR, so a patrol destroyer? Or a patrol light cruiser with carrier capability. We're going to focus on this dreadnought because we've got 2 C5Xs with us, and hopefully we will be able to smash his lights out. We do have 4 pseudo-frigates, so we can't afford to forget that we have them. Luckily, none of these ships are going to have any sort of plasma torpedoes. They'll have a lot of photon torpedoes. This is going to be painful. So we won't need to prep a wild weasel, so there is that much. So let's come over here and launch the pseudo-frigates on Defend Me. They are definitely old style, and we need to get them replaced, but something's better than nothing. So sort of going to come in here against this dreadnought. Hey, dude, Death's Hand, if you can come help destroy the biggest, nastiest thing out here, that would be appreciated, okay? No? You're not down with that? Here it comes. Ouch! That was proximity torpedoes, and he cut through our defenses and knocked us down to half shields. This is what we're getting involved in. Crap, I forgot to set up the plasma torpedoes in advance. Select all plasma torpedoes, fire the pseudos! Everything that we've got, set that to hardpoint too. Just so we have it ready to go for next time. And he did, yep, he pseudo-fightered that. And we've lost one of our fighters, which we're anticipating losing all of them. Quite frankly, I'm not expecting any of them to get out of here alive. The fighters that they have are better than ours. So, USS Thresher. Oh, you return. I hate this ship. We're going to get ready to hit him with everything we've got. Don't get too close because, well, if you do that, you'll die. Because he has Gatling phasers. There goes another fighter of ours. Got the R-type plasma torpedo. That's enough for me. We're going to pull away. We've managed to door through one of his shields. Knocked out 2 of his shields. Fire the stern weapons. Oh, good. It looks like the Death's Hand decided to actually get involved in this. Tractor defenses are engaged. Let's increase our speed a little bit. How are we doing on the fighters? Looks like we're down to a single group of fighters. Prepare a plasma torpedo. Engage. Prepare another plasma torpedo. I will engage you with plasma torpedo. Don't think I won't. There we go. Plasma torpedo engaged. Anything with phasers. Anything at all. No, we have nothing. We're out. Phasers. Engage. Kill. Death. Murder. Destroy. And that's another fighter down. Not good. We've got enemy fighters right on our stern, which is not good. Drop a mine. That ought to take care of a little bit of work here. And maybe, please, get off my 6. I don't want you back there where you have those nasty phaser 3s. Granted, they're only phaser 3s, which is a lot less than they could be, but they are important to pay attention to. Lots of incoming missile support fire coming from those Federation shipyards. It's not fun. And nope, you are going wide around so we can focus on the battleship. Unfortunately, none of our plasma torpedoes are quite ready to go yet. Looks like the Death's Hand has had its guts ripped out. Not literally, but it's down in power for sure. Hi, what? Engage with phasers. Cause some raking fire in there. How fast is the battleship moving? 18. We gotta pick up the pace a little bit. Gotta move. Gotta be fast. If we're slow, we'll die. Incoming missile, but we didn't bother to do anything about it. How are the Hawks doing? Are they still out there? Looks like our Romulan interceptor has dueled with it and either destroyed or managed to disengage from them. We need to get away from him. Okay, so he fired most of his plasma weapons, or his photon weapons. This is going to get complicated. On the Death's Hand. The Death's Hand managed to basically bounce them off its systems. Prepared to engage with phasers on this guy. It's an open side. Get within a range of 4. All phasers. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, I realized that I was firing the plasma nest, but I forgot to actually set up my hardpoint. So let's do that now since we're on sort of an outturn right now. Select all of the phasers here. 1, 2 more. There we go. And set that to 1. So 1, 2. It's basic, it's simple, but it's what we're going to work with. The Freedom has not launched a Wild Weasel, so you're just looking at pure problems with energy generation here. Okay, looks like that group of fighters is down. I need a new target. Not you. We're ignoring the Light Dreadnought, although that almost looks like a... Are you for real? You are. Wow. So that Light Dreadnought is still rocking the old style nacelles. Hi, we're about to turn in and hit you with everything we've got. Fire Plasma Torpedo. Not quite an arc. What is the arc on that thing? It should be an arc. Plasma Torpedo, please shoot. Fire. I am pressing the button. It is fully charged, is it not? No, looks like it's apparently not accepting that sort of range calculation. Not great. I need those torpedoes away, and I need them gone now. Come on, keep turning. Let's pull it in a little bit tighter on him. Oh, because that's our port side weaponry, not our starboard. I'm a little bit of an idiot on occasion, but he is turning away, so that is going to give us a opportunity to engage him right from behind. That'll bring even more of our heavy weapons to bear. We'll fire an S-type plasma torpedo, see if we can't bait out the shuttle. I don't anticipate it doing. He is a dreadnought after all, and so not nearly as susceptible to being scared by these things as, like, frigates. But hey, if I can get an opportunity to fire an R-type plasma torpedo into him unshielded, I'm going to take that as best I can. The S-type plasma torpedo, a little bit running out. It is going to hit him eventually, but he may run that thing down for the most part, although he is doing a speed of 22. We're going to risk it. We're going to get right on in his face, which is going to suck. All weapons fire. That'll bait out the Weasel, but I don't think he's got time for it to get down in speed. He did not. Ah! Oh god! All the defenses right now. That's a lot of missiles. We did manage to absolutely nail him. He did not get down in speed fast enough to deploy his Wild Weasel, which is great. I can't see the Wild Weasel because it's somewhere in that mess there. There he is. So, yeah, we managed to get a full-on shot right in 125 points of plasma damage. Oh, he deployed a scatter pack. Wait a second, so why did you drop in speed? That doesn't make any sense to me. Unless there's a way to, like, cancel launching of Wild Weasels, in which case I would like to know that. So he's launching a whole bunch of missiles. We are maintaining speed high enough to basically avoid them, although the fact that he got his guts ripped out is really helpful. We're going to need to spend a lot of prestige to replace our fighters, although we may get enough prestige to replace 2 in this battle. How are you doing the Marines? 16. No, that's not good enough. I was thinking maybe I could capture the Thresher. It is a battleship after all, but no, that's a significant amount of firepower right there in Marines. Unfortunately, it looks like the Death's Hand is about to have a very, very bad day, and it also looks like the Defiler is not having a great day either. Currently being ganged up on, apparently. Although the Thresher is also not having the best of days. He's lost one of his phaser G mounts entirely. Continue to engage from the sterns. Toy with the flanks. Just don't get in there too closely. We don't want to engage him have him be able to engage with Gatling phasers if he's got any left, which he doesn't. Okay, so there is that much. So he is able to fire an absolute ton of missiles, though. Luckily, the Death's Hand's anti-missile defense system is still fully engaged and does not care with how much firepower he can dish out. We're going to come in. We're killing into starboard, which does mean we will have S-type plasma torpedo to fire right at his face. That is going to bring his forward shield in range, I believe. But if we keep this turn going, we'll get another S-type plasma torpedo, or F-type plasma torpedo, right on his side. You're going to have to turn harder than that. Nope, it got right through. Only 3 points of degradation. So we're going to pull him with a range of 10 and sort of blast him that way. We do need to keep away from this shield. He's only doing a speed of 4.3, which is really nice. It's telling... Oh, 3.8, even worse. And he has no ability to launch Wild Weasels. And please tell me you're going to turn in that direction. Those missiles, I'm going to let to see what they do before I launch my plasma torpedo, because if I can save it, that'll be great. And it killed him. All right, let's sprint over here and go save this light dreadnought. How much power do I got into my shield reinforcement? 9. So we've got, what, 3 points of speed we can take out of that? Okay, this is as fast as we're going until that R-type plasma torpedo fully charges. Increase the speed of time. We got to get over there and destroy the Wallis. Now, the Wallis is a light dreadnought, which is helpful because that'll mean that it'll be easier for us to actually kill it. Won't have as much armor, doesn't have as many heavy weapon systems. This is basically a heavy cruiser, so if we can abuse that a little bit, we might be able to save the Defiler, although the Defiler clearly not having a very good day. So pulling into this fight, high, we've joined, and slow down the speed to something quite manageable. R-type plasma torpedo to the face. This will bait out a Wild Weasel if nothing else does. And if you don't stop right now, yep, there he goes, the Wild Weasel, and oh, just barely in time. Not going to fire with the phasers. We will fire with the stern firing phasers, because we're currently at less accuracy thanks to the Wild Weasel being deployed. The stern phasers managed to cut a little bit through. How's our high energy turn chance? It's 100%. So we're apparently still technically on the light dreadnought hull. The optimized Condor is apparently a light dreadnought technically. So we're going to line up here with him and basically end his night. All plasma torpedoes select. All plasma torpedoes engage. And prepare to follow that up with a massive phaser barrage. Well, massive for Romulans anyway. Cut right through. Good hits right there. Followed up with only 19 points of phaser damage, but frankly, that's fine. And anything in the stern, there we go. 35 points from stern firing batteries, and we still have the other half of the stern firing battery to work. Only did 14. Not wonderful, but not terrible. And really, we've completely changed the fight. The Defiler was totally screwed, but now the Wallis is in just as much danger. We've knocked out one of his photon torpedoes, and then 2, 4, 6 of his phaser, 8 of his phaser X's. He's still rather dangerous. I mean, don't get me wrong, an X-type vessel of any description is dangerous. But we should be able to deal with him now. We'll have to circle around this mine. I don't fancy knocking it down. And, well, frankly, our shield reinforcement is not in a great position. Wow, you are accurate. That was a properly fired photon torpedo. It wasn't even a proximity torpedo, and he still managed to hit us from a range of 11. I think his chance of hitting us drops down to like 33% at that range. Ugh, these light dreadnoughts, man. I wonder if different dreadnoughts have different accuracy ratings, because that would be pretty interesting if like the light dreadnoughts had a higher accuracy on their heavy weapons for like photon torpedoes. That would make them very useful. Oh, it looks like his stern shields are just steadily dropping down. We do need to slow down. I just realized that we're currently cruising at way above weapon recharge values. So we're currently lining up on him to come in with another strike from astern, and if you turn in that direction, I will rip you apart. And he is going to turn in that direction. Oh, what a mistake for you. All the phasers fire. Only 27 points of damage, but that's enough to make him limp even more. He's doing a speed of 5.6. He's out of missiles. He's got one photon torpedo left? Yeah, just the one. And, well, basically all systems are down for him. Not entirely that, but for the most part. So, he does have a single Phaser X left, no more photon torpedoes, and a single anti-missile defense system. Luckily, we don't use missiles, so that doesn't concern us at all. And I think we've got him. Just a hunch. The light dreadnought not able to duel with a Romulan-optimized Condor, the Gallia X-Ray. So we'll steadily come back around, slot in between these two mines, and if these missiles don't kill him, we will. Our follow-up of torpedoes will end him. But I think these missiles are going to do it for us. Just a hunch, but I feel it's a reasonable hunch. Yep, and he blows to bits. All the pieces of the ship flying to pieces. And now we can engage the Stardocks, which by now are out of ammunition, which is helpful. Although they will have the ability to launch Wild Weasels, which will make them infinitely more frustrating to deal with. Slowing down just a little bit so that we can continue to charge our R-type plasma torpedo. And I see... no, there's no point in using the pseudo torpedoes because they don't move, so they'll never come out of the influence of their... they'll never come out of the influence of the Wild Weasel until it, like, degrades 2 turns later or something like that. So we'll fire at this range here. Let that torpedo go in. Yep, it baited the Wild Weasel. Increase the speed. Prepare to follow up with all plasma torpedoes. Engage now. This ought to do it. Yep, his shields are down. Fire all the phasers to follow that up. Now the stern firing phasers. We'll just steadily beat him to death. He doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of heavy weapons, although I was treating this with more kind of more respect and danger than I needed to, because I was thinking for some reason of Gorn. you know, Gorn ones that have the massive amounts of plasma torpedo and just not being fun to destroy. Yeah, these are not that. They just have phaser ones. So actually, we can just come in and siege these. So we'll do the exact same thing over here. Although why this plasma torpedo has not been charging, I'm not quite sure. We are able to maintain the speed of like 19, right? So 13 should be no problem with you charging all your weapons. And fire the plasma torpedo as bait. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, stop. Hi. Oh, you just took that one. You took all of that. Did you lose your... I'm not quite sure why he allowed that to happen, but I'm not going to complain. That's one destroyed, and on to the final star dock. So this was an interesting mission. Had to fight a battleship, and now we've just learned that the X-type era is in full swing. Well, not in full swing, but it's just begun. So we're going to have that brief moment where older ships with X-type phasers are suddenly incredibly dangerous, especially the Federation. Oh god, the Federation are really dangerous when it comes to introduction into the X era, mainly because they have so many phasers, and all of them become phaser X's. They basically double their damage output. So even that light dreadnought is a dangerous thing. I mean, the Defiler is a decent dreadnought. It's a C5X. But the Defiler doesn't have nearly as many phasers, or not as good phaser arcs for that sort of engagement as the Wallace did. And the Wallace was able to just abuse the heck out of him. Set on the speed, just briefly here. Hi, S-type plasma torpedo. Of course you will bait out the Wild Weasel. Yep, there it is. And now we wait, and wait, and wait. And we'll also slow down. I will just park here if you don't. All up and select. Just got away. All hands fire. 139 damage with all of our follow-up. And now we'll increase the speed of time because there is no concern anymore. And we'll just steadily orbit this station. Interesting thing. He didn't manage to knock out our shields. Now, they did a huge number on the Defiler and the Death's Hand, but at no point did that battleship manage to knock out our shields, which I think is a pretty big win. It means that we can stay out here longer, although we have lost 4 of our pseudo-frigates, which is kind of a big deal. I think the Romulan optimized Condor might be a pseudo-frigate tender, and so losing that is a significant chunk of our firepower, which it kind of is. Hi, what's your defense rating at? 16. And it's a planetary assault, which is not quite something I wanted to go on to, since we've only got like 4 minutes left in this episode. We'll see if we can end it quickly. All hands to battle stations. Currently being... Whoa. Hi. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a B-11 Klingon battleship. This is one of the biggest and nastiest battleships ever built. Be amazed and stunned at its glorious firepower. And I'm just going to zoom in. Nope, not that key. This key. Yeah, she's huge. She's dangerous. And as you can see, she's fairly well equipped. Decently so. Currently squaring off against the light dreadnought, but this is a phaser planet. Watch this. Oh, there's a second dreadnought. What are you? You are a Space Control Ship, aren't you? No, you're just a CVA. Okay, we can deal with that. We can deal. You're a light dreadnought. Oh, you're a DNLX, so you're going to be a little bit annoying, but not to the point where I'll be terrified of you. Just kind of scared. But let's check out the planet, see what kind of defenses it has. She does have shields. Are these shields white shields or red shields? What am I kidding? They're all going to be white shields. Almost guaranteed. And, yep, that's what I was afraid of. Oh boy, this is going to be painful. Alright, let's duel. It's time to duel. Our plasma torpedo's not quite ready. Interesting problem. Let's get that forward shield reinforcement, because I'm anticipating a massive photon torpedo barrage to occur any second now. And we'll slow down just a little bit so that we can get as much defense into that forward as possible. And as long as we're here, we're going to set you as hardpoint 4. And you as hardpoint 3. There we go. 2 for all the plasma torpedoes. Prepare to fire. Pseudos, of course, go out at a distance of 15. Engage now. All pseudo torpedoes are away. And we will begin to turn. And you will, of course, Wild Weasel, because it would be foolish of you not to. And there you go. Okay, that's what we were waiting for. Now, one of the fun things about the pseudo torpedoes is it does eat up quite a bit of firepower that he would otherwise fire at us. The carrier is coming our way. Not happy. Higher needs you turn this. We're going to have to come in hard and fast. Oh boy. Here comes the pain. Look at that acceleration. All plasma torpedoes, engage now. And they should be able to deal a decent amount of fire. I think we may want to cloak now. Oh, right through. Did 96 damage. Phasers to pluck through that. And, ladies and gentlemen, for my next trick, we shall do that. Yeah, so he's coming in with full bore. These fighters are coming in full bore. We need to be undercover for a little bit. Just a little while. We'll take the fact that we're not charging systems quite as efficiently as we'd like to. Ooh, actually. Mine away. Look at that did to the fighter squadrons. So currently sitting here under cloak because, well, we're expecting the fighters. And the fighters deal a massive damage. Watch what happens. When we're under cloak, none of them can hit the broadside of a barn, which is very useful. Fortunately, however, the Devastator has an absolute metric ton of firepower, especially in its anti-missile defense system. So it should, or I thought it did. No, it only has 2. Ooh, not great. So it only has 2 anti-missile defense systems. We're going to sit here under cloak. We're going to be happy here and just slowly charge our heavy weapons. Because I'm fully content to do that. We'll let the big nasty battleship handle most of the firepower for now, and we'll just stay hidden from all the fighters. And we did a decent amount of damage to the green. I mean, the green has been pretty heavily hit. She's a light dreadnought and she's making a speed of 10 and falling. Granted, some of that was from his phaser fire. But if we can stay under cloak for a little while longer. Hi, that's a mine. That's a big mine. It's a huge mine. You don't want any part of that mine, trust me. Although, if we had been traveling fast enough, we could have actually gotten out from underneath that, and it would have blown up and knocked out one of the green shields in its entirety. We would have laughed. It would have been really cool, but it did not happen that way. Now, we are on the stern of both of these vessels, but we're not really in a good attacking position. Nuclear Space Mine is now covering one of our flanks, which is excellent. I'm really tempted to come out of cloak and chase down these hawks. Or I'm tempted to come in a cloak and chase down this Harrier. Our plasma torpedoes are almost all ready to go. He knows that. That's why he's turning into us. Because he knows that if he lets us stay on his flank with charged plasma torpedoes, he's going to have a really bad day. Alrighty, so we've got incoming fighters. We're going to let them waste their fire in empty space because they can't hit the broadside of a barn. He did manage to hit us with one of his photon torpedoes. 2 of these fighter groups have engaged and missed. This fighter group will engage and, of course, miss. Come out of cloak now. Alright, prepare to engage with all weapon systems. The planet is now shooting at us. Hi, phasers, on you, because you're at point-blank range. That's literally the only reason. Continue to engage with phasers. Want to come around and hit you with an S-type plasma torpedo. Defender ship destroyed, so that was the Wallace. So continue to engage with all phasers. We've sent a plasma torpedo his way. Now he's in trouble. Unfortunately, these hawks are also inbound, and so we are in trouble. He has deployed his Wild Weasel, which is fine. Hi, incoming hawks. Phasers. Mine? Anything we've got. It is 4 phaser 3, so it is going to suck when he fires that. Yep, we were expecting that. I want an F-type plasma torpedo from this side, an F-type plasma torpedo from this side. We're both going to go after you and gun you down. Phasers continue to engage. I want him gone if at all possible. And also, you are not under defense. All plasma torpedoes engaged. So we took out 2 of his fighter squadrons at this point. Ow! That was important for him to nail. Because that's going to leave us exposed to that planet. Oh, you are an annoying it's the Thresher again! Oh, I hate that ship. It just keeps coming back, and every time he does, it hurts badly. So we're pulling away at what I believe is charging and fighting speed. I think so. So we're just going to build in a little bit of distance. We're also going to come in here, not this one, but this one. ECM it up a bit. He's making a speed of 16. Hi, B11, can you get involved? Because you were not that badly involved in the fight. The Devastator is fully equipped heavy battleship. You outclass him in every way. He's not even an SCS. But we don't really have much of a turn angle right now, which kind of sucks. One of our plasma torpedoes is about to come back online. His light phaser fire not being particularly effective because we are pulling away from him. Do I have the energy to high energy turn? I do, but I don't want to risk it. Stop dogging me. Okay, we're going to come in making a hard port turn as well as hard as we can without going full power on it. That was a nice phaser shot. 60 damage in right through one of his down shields. He has deployed a group of fighters, which I think we may want to hunt down. I really do think so. Plasma torpedo selected. Hardpoint 3 for the S-type, or the F-type plasma torpedoes. If he heads for the ship, though, we won't be in range. So he's going to have to turn around to engage the dreadnought. Yeah, I think those fighters are going home. How fast are you going? You're making a speed of 10.7. Okay, it looks like the fighters got destroyed, and you still have a shuttle bay, so that is annoying. You are launching fighters, but fighters doesn't cause you to not be able to use your shuttle bay. Hardpoint 3, and if we're coming towards each other, yep. Plasma torpedoes in your face. All phasers select, all phasers engage. This ought to take you out, I think. I hope. 1 and 2. It's down to 2. It's down to a single fighter. Come on, keep firing, keep firing. Anything you've got. Nothing? No. Looks like nothing. R-type plasma torpedo. If you've got a wild weasel ready, you're going to deploy it right now. Because that's a lot of firepower. 2 S-type plasma torpedoes to follow that up. Any phaser fire that we can get involved here. And point defense systems. There we go. I do anticipate quite a bit of rear firing phaser firepower, but it turns out that that rear mount is currently offline. Today's episode is going to be a little bit long. Increase the speed of time. He's pretty much crippled. We're going to come in here and just steadily break him apart. Because he has 2 photon torpedoes left. Yeah, he's dead. There we go. On to the planet. Unfortunately, our nuclear space mine wasn't able to get into the battle, although we did create a wonderful little horseshoe shape there. How's our forward shield reinforcement coming? Not particularly greatly. That's a lot of heavy weapons that he's going to have pointing in our direction. We're going to have to do the cloak-decloak bullshit. So let's slow down. I need 30 points of power in that forward shield. Once we hit a range of 100, yep, he starts engaging. So we're just going to have to soar on in here. And then once we get close, we're going to have to cloak and do the bouncy stuff. This is going to be a long episode. Hopefully we can finish it in the next 5 minutes. But, oh, that reminds me. I've been told that we should set heavy plasma torpedoes to enveloping if we want to do this. Because apparently it works better on planets. Don't know. Not 100% sure on this. But, hey, I trust people. So let the Devastator move in the front. Take all the damage, hopefully. And we'll follow up with all our firepower. Plasma torpedoes are ready to rock. So increase the speed just a little bit. We're going to have to take us a little bit of time to get into range. We've only got 10 points of power on our forward shield right now, though. That worries me. So, with any luck, we'll be able to absolutely gut this planet. If we're not lucky, we're going to die horribly. And already looks like the Devastator's having a bad day. Start to slow down. Really start to slow down. Hi. Wow, that was a lot of defensive systems. So prepare to fire plasma torpedoes. Only select 4 because I don't think the Fs will reach. And engage. Let's see what this does to him. He still has shields all around, I think. Or maybe we just took them all out. Yeah, I think we knocked out all his shields. If we can get to the range of 10, we'll be able to hit him. Oh, nope, all of his shields are still online. Go down. We were able to take that, but the moment we engage with our other plasma torpedoes, we will lose that protection. So, these torpedoes only. Until we start knocking out important systems. I think now we've taken out all his shields. So where is that? Taken out one of his phaser 3 mounts, which is good. Got 32 points of energy in that forward shield. Hopefully that'll be sufficient to defend us. Although, he is also shooting at the Devastator, which is helpful. So, come on, keep charging. Charge faster, guys. Ow, don't shoot me. Shield reinforcement is taking the damage. More enveloping torpedoes to engulf the... Oh, wow, what did we hit? Everything. Okay, increase speed. Let's get in here. Let's get in here now. Engage with all weapons. So, I don't know what happened, but suddenly everything broke. Is that the power of enveloping torpedoes? I had no idea. Alright, all phasers continue their bombardment. Just keep blasting it. Don't let him get that phaser back online. keep doing. Almost there. Send in the Marines. And hope that shield comes up in time. Yep, it did. Okay. So, wow, I had no idea that enveloping torpedoes could do that. At least I think that was enveloping torpedoes. Although I suppose that does make sense because it's hitting the ship 6 times. And so it's rolling 6 times on the damage chart. Is that how it works? Because part of me says that's probably how it works. If you know, let me know, because knowing how Starfleet battles affects things is pretty interesting. We've neutralized the tile, but its capture will have to wait for another time, because that is definitely the end of an episode there. Yes, the planet of 1390 is finally vulnerable to capture. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.